Hello everyone, and welcome back to Conspiracy. Today we're going to be going over Tier 4 of the controversial internet figures Iceberg. I did skip over 2 entries because they were short, controversies, or they didn't have any that I could find. So I skipped over Pruane2 Forever, who just kind of stopped making videos and disappeared and just said he wants to be left alone. Just kind of proves that fame isn't for everyone. And then Brittany Venti, who's just an online troll who claims to be alt-right. You can look at any alt-right online troll and it just sums her up, so I just skipped over those two. That being said though, we are still in for a good journey today. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today, and let's get into it. Christian Weston Chandler, now Christine Weston Chandler, otherwise known as Chris Chan, might have the most online activity of anyone on this iceberg. I will say before I get started on Chris Chan that Gino Samuel 2.1 on YouTube has a 72-part series and growing on Chris Chan. Each of the 72 videos are about 40 to 45 minutes, so if you have the time and want a really in-depth look into Chris Chan, I would highly recommend his channel. Link's going to be in the description. Chris's online career began in 1999 with the uploading of an original comic series called Sonic Chew to a personal website. The YouTube channel was created in 2007, which was around the time that Chris became an infamous target for trolls due to the comics and rough personal life. As I said earlier, Chris is noted as being one of the most documented people online. There were many people that trolled Chris pretending to be a girl that was interested in him, and eventually someone got him to send them his Sonic Chew necklace. Sonic Chew is an original character created by Chris Chan, which is really just Sonic and Pikachu combined, as you can see in this picture. In early 2011, Chris said that he was a tomgirl and experienced gender dysphoria, but his parents heavily disapproved. Then in August 2014, he officially became a she, and then the name change from Christian to Christine later came in May of 2016. Chris Chan, in hopes of growing a vagina, took a knife to their taint, which resulted in no vagina, but it did result in an infection. Chris Chan then claimed to be bisexual, and the consensus around the internet was that the gender transition was to make girls feel more comfortable in an effort to pick up women. Chris Chan, perhaps the most interesting person on the internet, then started a cult in 2018 claiming to be Goddess Blueheart, with followers of the cult being called devotees of Chris Chan Sonic Chew. The religion claims that our reality and the cartoon reality will soon collide in a dimensional merge, destroying 41% of humanity in the process. Chris Chan also claimed that everyone is an OC or an original creation, and any characters that people have created will come to life. On August 1st, 2021, Chris Chan was arrested by police for accounts of incest charges towards Barbara, Chris Chan's mother, as well as rape charges because Barbara doesn't have the mental capacity to consent. Chris Chan had court on August 5th of 2021 and had multiple demands that were brought up multiple times. Chris Chan is currently in jail awaiting another court case in August of 2023. While in jail, Chris would write multiple letters claiming to be Jesus Christ reincarnated and warned that Judgment Day will be coming soon. To be fair, almost every time I wrote down Chris Chan, I wrote Christ Chan. So I don't know if that's an argument for it, but it did happen. As I said, if you want to learn more about Chris Chan, there are days of content in the Chris Chan documentary that I will link to in the description, and the YouTube fandom wiki has so much as well. Low Tier God, often abbreviated as LTG, is a gamer, streamer, and online personality whose presence is notorious in the fighting game community. Real name Delon Sparrow, Low Tier God is a Street Fighter player and also plays other fighting games. He's most known for his rage quits and roasts. Low Tier God started his YouTube channel on January 20th, 2006. In his career, he has amassed over 60,000 subscribers and 8 million views on his channel. His videos and live streams consist of him playing fighting games, reaction videos, and personal thoughts on certain topics. His most popular video is a roast video, something that he is well known for. He made a video at the request of his community roasting a cosplayer called Momo-kun. It was a 20-minute roast, as Low Tier God is an outspoken advocate against female cosplayers who only rely on promiscuous photos. He tried to demonstrate how Momo-kun used fake pictures to bait men into giving her donations and likes. The video went viral, and since it contained derogatory remarks, complaints were made to YouTube regarding their bullying policy. The video was then taken down, and a back and forth between Low Tier God and Momo-kun ensued on Twitter. Low Tier God then uploaded a censored, shorter version of the video to his YouTube. He's notorious in the fighting game community for violent rage quits, as well as just overall salty moments, and there are no shortage of YouTube videos on these topics. He has made ableist and transphobic remarks against his online opponents, leading to his social media accounts getting suspended. This has been cited as an example that the gaming community, specifically the fighting gaming community, is toxic. On April 14th of 2020, he went on a rant after losing in Street Fighter V Online, making transphobic remarks about his opponent, Ceroblast, on his livestream. The clip would be posted on Twitter the next day by Ceroblast, and on April 18th of 2020, Low Tier God was banned from all EVO events. He complained to the EVO runner on Twitter that Ceroblast also made racist remarks, but then the EVO runner just blocked him. Low Tier God was banned from Twitch in 2022, so he went to YouTube full-time to stream, but later in 2022, December 21st to be exact, his YouTube account was also officially terminated. There are some Low Tier God memes and a copypasta, but overall his internet presence has greatly decreased, and his supporters are almost nowhere to be seen anymore. Philip Burnell, born April 6, 1982, is better known by his online persona, Darkside Phil, or DSP. He's a YouTuber who is best known for his live commentary on his video game playthroughs and his controversial moments. His videos are generally raw and unedited playthroughs of video games, but he also has a vlogging channel. Many people on YouTube dislike or are critical of him because of his actions, decisions, attitude, and personality. He's been called a hypocrite, elitist, liar, man-child, and idiot, not just by his haters and trolls, but by big YouTubers, small YouTubers, actors, and video game journalists. He often will just brush off the criticisms as hate and doesn't take criticism well at all. He's notorious for insulting those who criticize him or even express a different opinion than him. He labels all criticism and parodies of him as hate and online bullying, and has said that all YouTubers who dislike him are bad people or idiots. He claims that anything negative towards him is not justified and that he doesn't understand why people don't like him. I haven't heard of this man until I was writing the script, and I don't like him. How does he not understand how people don't like him? When someone challenges something that he says, he laughs at their immaturity and brands anyone who finds anything of his controversial as a drama queen. Many critics of Phil have said that they were former fans of his, but he dismisses them, saying that they were not true fans and have been indoctrinated by his haters. He uses his haters as a scapegoat for his misfortunes. When his views began to decrease, he said it was because his critics discouraged newcomers from watching his videos. After getting swatted, even though both his fans and critics were outraged by what happened, he claimed that the perpetrator was inspired by his critics to commit what he called attempted murder, and encouraged his fans to find videos criticizing him and comment on it, saying how it supposedly nearly got him killed. After getting a copyright strike against his main channel, he compared the situation to having a literal gun put to his head, again blaming his critics. Phil is on record as saying, "I could have been stabbed, and if I survived, it would be less damaging than what you did to me." Here he's talking about a string of false copyright strikes in the summer of 2015. He's generally a poor sport who insults people he plays against. However, his poor sportsmanship doesn't just stay in the multiplayer arena somehow. Anytime he loses, fails, dies in a single player game, he blames lag, input delay, the AI, and oftentimes insults the developers of the game. He gets hostile towards anyone who points out what he did wrong by insulting them, and likely they're going to get banned from his channel afterwards. On May 1st of 2016, he had the incorrect pre-stream page up on his channel. This one had a face cam and caught him right before stream. He then went live and people talked about it on his stream. His controversies are also pretty big, not as many as Chris Chan, but they're also pretty big. I just touched base on the more prominent ones. but the list has many, many more, so if you're interested and you have the time, again, the YouTube fandom wiki has a good amount. Water time. Time to drink some water because my throat kinda hurts. Yeah. Noah Antweiler, known as Spoonie or the Spoonie One, is an American YouTuber, gamer, and commentator who makes reviews on video games and talks on other topics. He hosts an online series called the Spoonie Experiment. In June of 2010, he attended the gaming convention E3. His controversy here is that he was acting childlike and interrupting people throughout the whole convention. Spoonie was on a channel called Channel Awesome, and other members of the channel said that after that E3 in 2010, the channel's reputation and views began to go downhill due specifically to his behavior. On May 11th, 2012, he posted a tweet tagging another Channel Awesome member, Jesu Otaku, saying that if her current relationship doesn't work out, he would chain her up in his house and make love to her. Well, at first the tweet went majorly unnoticed. Another Channel Awesome member, Allison Pergler, fought with him online about the controversial tweet. The tweet would then receive major backlash from the community, saying that he was implying. After the drama, he would make a series of tweets apologizing to them about the tweet, begging for forgiveness, and saying that it was a bad joke. As a result, he received a temporary 1-month suspension from the Channel Awesome website. He is diagnosed with type 2 bipolar disorder. The fandom wiki article for Matt's What It Is has the following at the top of the article. So, warning, this article, Matt's What It Is, may contain material that is disturbing, such as discussions of softcore, child, and pedophilia. Matt Watson, better known as Matt's What It Is a former YouTuber who was first known for his comedy skits and men's fitness videos. Nowadays, however, he is mostly known for being the main cause of the third YouTube adpocalypse, the YouTube Wake Up hashtag, and his video titled, YouTube is facilitating the sexual exploitation of children and it's being monetized. In the video, he discusses a wormhole of disturbing and pedophilic comments on videos featuring minors. He has been criticized for his handling of the situation in his campaigning and attempts to start an ad boycott by many people in the YouTube community, such as Empleman, The Right Opinion, and Keemstar. On February 17th, 2019, he made his now infamous YouTube video talking about and entering a wormhole of child exploitation on YouTube. He talks about disturbing comments that he found on videos featuring children, including timestamps of minors in suggestive positions. At the end of the video, he included a montage of ads playing on these videos, as well as clips taken out of context of YouTubers complaining about the demonetization system, in which he tried to paint YouTube and its creators as ignoring the real problem of the website and as greedy. He then also encouraged his viewers to contact advertisers and multimedia companies in hopes to have them stop advertising on YouTube entirely. On June 18th, 2022, Matt decides to censor the entire video altogether and hide the chat replay. The reason is unknown, but it is possible that there were predators thriving on the video and clicking on it, which he didn't want. Now, you can't say that what he did was bad, because he was trying to stop exploitation of children. That's always a good thing. However, many people felt that trying to take away thousands of people's livelihood in the process was not the way to go about it. Jordy Jordan, otherwise known as Wings of Redemption, is an American YouTube gamer, streamer, and former Call of Duty commentator. He has many controversies, so I'm just going to be touching on some more major ones again. If you're interested, the YouTube fandom wiki, great place. In 2012, he complained on Twitter about his dwindling view count and declared how he was on the verge of. A YouTuber accused Wings of faking his tendencies for views. This man seems to have all the help in the world in terms of his life, but he still has a woe is me attitude. In 2013, FPS Kyle arranged a month-long boot camp program for Wings to help him lose weight, where he was offered to stay at Kyle's house. Together, they filmed videos of his weight loss progress. Wings actually attempted to leave less than a week into the program, but then Kyle convinced him to stay. Kyle, Kyle's housemate, and Kyle's friends helped Wings lose about 40 pounds through helping him exercise and cooking all of his meals. Despite all of this, he gained all that weight back as soon as he got home after the boot camp ended. Kyle even rebuilt his shower so that Wings would fit. Later on, when Wings was asked about this, point in his life, he's very callous and ungrateful, claiming that Kyle and his friends didn't do anything for him despite all the things that they actually did. He was part of the Painkiller podcast with Kyle and others. In 2013, Kyle and a few others had an idea for a survival trip where they would go on a trip together with Wings, where they would go to a secluded part of the wilderness with only the most necessary supplies and see how long they could last. Wings initially said that he was built for this, even going as far as calling one of the co-hosts a because he didn't want to go. On the day of the trip in 2014, Kyle arrived at the location in the woods, about a 3-hour drive, and called up Wings to see how close he was. This is when Wings told him that he wasn't coming. Finally, being fed up with his antics, he was kicked off the Painkiller podcast permanently. After being booted from the podcast, he desperately attempted to find success on YouTube by himself and even went as far as to make a commentary video on Chris Chan in 2014. Remember how earlier I said I was writing Christ Chan a lot? I didn't fix this one, it still says Christ Chan. Wings eventually moved to Twitch to stream because it required less work, stating that he could just stream and not have to worry about editing. It does take quite a bit of work to make YouTube videos. I mean, especially not gaming ones, like, you know, I research, and then I write a script, and then I record, and then I edit, and I make sure like the audio is all good and everything. But it's not that hard. Like, it's time consuming, but like, you know, I work a full-time job, 40 plus hours a week. I still do this. He's just lazy. Live streaming was both a curse and a blessing for him. A blessing because it proved to be more profitable. A blessing because it proved to be a more profitable, faster way to make money. However, since he couldn't edit the videos, the facade that he built as a god-tier Call of Duty player and gaming prodigy came crashing down as people were able to see his real skill level at gaming, which was not as good as he said it was. In a 1v1 matchup with one of his viewers in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, he became so angry to the point that he said he hoped his competitors' families died in a car crash and called him a human piece of shit. He also said this again later about another viewer, saying, "I hope your parents die and you live the rest of your life without them." He is now known for his rage streams and banning anyone who says anything negative in his chat. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to hit subscribe and that like button if you did. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Jacob Buck and Patient Strutton. You guys are always there. Appreciate it. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. I'll catch you guys in the next one.